Let's do Zion again. Yesh Misha Omer. She'onein muta b'basa v'yayin. Now, the halacha is before the burial of the person. It's called an onein. An onein is not permitted to eat wine, drink wine, or eat meat. Right? Let's say somebody chasser passes away Erev Shabbos. The burial is not going to be till Motzei Shabbos. So Shabbos, an onein has wine and meat. Why? Because the only reason is because you're not supposed to display anything that has relevance to mourning. Ovel is permitted to eat wine and meat. It's based on a pasuk that onein is not permitted to have wine and meat, but since he cannot participate in the burial to any degree, right? Therefore, all mitzvahs apply. Normally, we say onein is not permitted to do any mitzvahs, but on Shabbos, because he can't participate or be preoccupied with that on Shabbos, therefore all mitzvahs are in effect. Same thing. Since Shabbos is not a time that a person could be involved with his personal level, this extreme level of mourning, so therefore he's permitted to eat meat and wine. Okay, yesh mi she'omer she'onei muter b'basa yayin v'ba'osi esi diyochav davelus v'doch esi deram d'oraisa. This is Gemara in says to if a person is a ovel before Yom Tif, and Yom Tif comes, we say his own personal. We say that the Yom Tif cancels the shiva, right? Doesn't say shiva, because that he has to grieve, that's personal. That's esi diyochid. Although it's a question whether it's doraisa drabonet, but even it would be doraisa. It's esi. It's a positive commandment, but it's on a personal level. And there's a esi d'rabim. The community has to celebrate. So the esi d'rabim overrides the esi diyochid, the personal. Even though we normally say my ume hayasim yaseh, if you have a situation where two mitzvahs say they confront one another, they're in conflict with one another. So we say shev al taseh, you do nothing. Because we say my ume hayasim hayasim, why is one essay any greater than the other? But if one essay has greater value, like an asay d'rabim, because there's a communal asay to celebrate, that overrides the personal asay. It overrides, cancels it. Now, it's interesting. There's a kitzur shulchan aruch. You know, if a person goes to a beis ovel, and you come to Vodat Zion, so, and this is the minhag. There's a pasuk v'anizos brisi, right? So right after you say Vodat Zion, Rosh Hashanah, anizos brisi. So that bris is referring to Torah. So on Tisha B'av, we don't say it, right? Because we're mourning. We're mourning the Churban Abayis. So that pasuk, in every siddur you have whatever the sefer that's printed for Tisha B'av, that pasuk is taken out. Anizos brisi. What in a beis ovel? Go to an ovel. The individuals are there. The ovel definitely doesn't say anizos brisi. What about the people who are davening, you know, as part of the minyan? Do they say anizos brisi? So the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch writes, he says, although people don't say it, he says it's a mistake. He says, on Tisha B'av, where it's Avelus the Rabbim, where it's the Avelus of Klal Yisrael, we're all mourning the Churban Abayis, okay? So we're not permitted to study Torah. Anizos brisi, so therefore that pasuk is omitted. On the base Ovel, just because the Ovel, it's his personal grief, he's grieving. Why should anybody admit it? They should say it. If he damas it on, because he shouldn't say it. But people individually, they definitely should say Anizos brisi, because it's not their Avelus.
They're not in Avelus, but still, when you go through the hospital in Avelus, you're still trying to feel the...
No, but you have a chiyuv, you have an obligation to study Torah. Anizos brisi, because you have an obligation to study. The Ovel davening to them, he definitely should not say Anizos brisi. Don't each person individually, right? Factually, nobody should study Torah because the Ovel is not permitted to study Torah. You omit it because you're not permitted to study Torah. Tisha B'av, no one's permitted to study Torah. Okay? It's speaking the mitzvah of learning Torah. That's what it's referring to. Okay? No, because once it's canceled, it's canceled. Once it's canceled, it's canceled. Okay? Doche asay de rabim. V'doche asay de rabim doraisa. L'smoach b'purim divrei kabbalah ninu. Shein k'divrei Torah. Why? How do we even compare the two? Because if it's the regalim, we understand. It's Rosh Hashanah, we understand. But he says, because since it's divrei kabbalah, it's based on psukim, we treat it like a doraisa, therefore that's a nasa, even though it's a rabbinical, the celebration of Purim is rabbinical, we treat it like a doraisa, so the doraisa overrides the individual. Hagah b'koshkein shchayv b'mikra megillah, svilo, kriya shema. Okay? Vinerli davka b'laylo. Alpi shavesu mutal lefonav b'yom sherotze lekovro, puris meso kodim. Is what about during the daytime period? In the daytime period, definitely, maybe you should put off the funeral. Put off the funeral till after Purim. Is Aviyom Shirotz L'Kovro Kfuras Meiso Kodim. First you bury the dead, and then you read the commotion. Isbar Leil Simcha Fresh Beis Zayin Sif Beis Kori Mispale Lachakach Loodif Miyom Tov Shabbos, which is Isbar Leil Sim Nayin Aleph Ken Yerli. See the Mishna Berura. Zayin. The burial you don't put off. Well, no, that right, correct. See, that's Hesped is not the obligation of Hesped. Yuli is not on the individual. That's on the community. Here, this is his personal obligation, right? As a mourner, he has a personal obligation. Is he permitted to display it or not? Okay, or to participate in it? Like for instance, the novel does not sit shiva. Does not sit shiva during Purim. An novel. It's not simple. No. He's middle of Shiva. Now Purim comes. He continues to Shiva. He doesn't sit on the ground. There's a question whether it's canceled. He reads the Megillah, does not leave the house. If he's not able to, let's say he cannot have the Megillah read for him in the house, he goes to shul to read the Megillah. But if you're able to have the reading in the house, it's better to have it in the house. And then it continues. It doesn't cancel the Shiva. It counts as a day. And it continues afterwards till the end of the Shiva. According to this opinion, you could even drink wine and eat meat to that degree. Okay, what the state of Aninus, that's pre-burial. After das Mechaber da Avelus Noi Bepurim. The Mechaber's position is that Avelus is in effect on Purim. Komok Aninus Sfir Deinu Noig. Kamoshkosav Atam, Vaim Mogan Avrom Sheelo Davka Biyom Shechol Mitzvah Simchas Purim. He says the mitzvah. When is the mitzvah to eat meat and drink wine? That's the daytime, as we had earlier. One wants to have wine and meat to fill his mitzvah of Psudas Purim at nighttime. One is not Yotzei. Of course, it says Yom Simcha Mishteh. It's the day. The Yemei Mishteh, the Simcha Ksiv, Avu B'lai Lo Bishona, Koshkin B'lai Lo Shnio, Mashkosav, Akach, V'nirali Davka B'lai Lo, L'koi Rak L'Megilo, Tfilo, okay. Koshin Chai B'Mikro, Sloma Shikshem Shebishul Mitzvah Simchas Hayom, Dechinenes, Hasei Davelos, V'Tarnu B'Bosav Yayin. If we say that that the Simcha of Purim supersedes his personal grieving, and he's even permitted wine and meat, Vari in Roy Lepocho B'Laylo Mikro Megillo, Shar Mitzvahs Tekeva, it's no different. Shein Derech L'Kavro Oz, V'Doma L'Onein V'Leo Yom Tov Sheni Darbi Poskim Chivu B'Mitzvahs Mitam Zeh. Of Yish Fakbus, it's not simple. Echod L'Leo Yom Tov Sheni Gufa Yesh Deis B'Poskim V'O Desham Al Koponim Yom Tov Hu Kachin Chol Anirus Mach L'Shein Derech L'Kavro B'Laylo. Mashen B'Purim Di Kasimkas Purim B'Yom Laylo Dom L'Shar Laylo Shal Chol V'Adei Chol Aninus Av Shein Derech L'Kavro. He says even though people may not bury, like even in Europe people do not bury, it was difficult to bury. Today, certain communities, they have burial at nighttime. But okay? L'chein kos der chaim b'leil yudal yishma kriyas mil gemache. He shouldn't read the Megillah himself, he should be yotzei with someone else. Because it's not simple. What? No, definitely not. Well, Yerushalayim it's a little bit different because you're not permitted to leave a person. Yerushalayim is a walled city. You're supposed to bury a person as quickly as possible, unless you have no choice. Union. Or at one time they didn't have light at night. They had no choice. They had to go with torches. It was too complicated. And not only cemeteries were outside the community, it was a question of danger. Right? So many of these issues, like for instance up in Monroe, any Hasidic community, they control the cemeteries. So they have burials at nighttime. They could have burial 3 o'clock in the morning. They could have a burial. Yeah. But especially, there's a question whether women even go to a funeral. But Hasidim, women don't go to the cemetery. It's based on Kabbalistic. No, it has to do with because very often women, this whole discussion, in most Chevra Kadishas, even Yakis. Unfortunately, Yaakov's not here today. He represents the Yaki community. Women who are of expecting age are not on a Chevra Kadisha. because they never know if they're pregnant. They may be pregnant, and a woman being pregnant, exposing herself to that intense level of spiritual contamination is not good for the child, for the unborn fetus. No, so that's the reason why women, if they're of childbearing age, they're not on the Chaver Kadisha for that reason. Only older women are involved. Past men, and of course they do this. So the same thing. Going to, it's not a good thing to expose yourself. It's known that Vilna Gaon, the only time he ever contaminated himself was for his mother and father. Otherwise, he would never go to a cemetery. Because at his level, he felt that the contamination would somehow interfere with the spiritual growth. Therefore, he would not. Parents, that's a Torah obligation. A person has to contaminate himself to his father and mother. He didn't experience the others. They didn't live in the same community. His brothers, sisters, they didn't live in the same community. But parents, that was his obligation, so he went and contaminated himself. No, he's not the Kohen. No. He's a Jew. He's a good Jew. Because it affected him spiritually. He was at a certain level that spiritual contamination interfered with his spiritual growth. So unless it was an obligation to contaminate himself, he would not contaminate himself. Doesn't say he didn't go to a funeral, he kept his distance. He wouldn't allow himself to get contaminated. Kurs Mesa Kodebush. I'm not sure if they go on the yard site. But definitely. Definitely not. No. Women don't go. Women don't go to the cemetery. No. Okay. Shinizbayr wrote to Lomar the Shomukach Lavdavka Mesmitzu Kodem L'Kriyas Megillah. It's Sanhedrin. No, it's not simple. It's not even that. We had the Gemara says in Sanhedrin that when Avner was killed, so David Melech went, and there was a whole question whether he was involved. He somehow, and there could have been a mutiny against him. No, he went back and forth among them. It says among the men and women. And over there, the Gemara says that at time of a funeral, the men and women have to remain separated. You cannot have any degree of intermingling. It's Gemara. Why? Because at a funeral, it's the most extreme level of midas adin, because somebody just passed away. And if you have any degree of intermingling, men and women at that time, it says, Satan roki beneim. The Satan is dancing there. And therefore, to avoid any level of prosecution, you have to have a total separation of men and women at the time of a funeral. Then I have to do with the funeral and the burial. Everybody. Especially at the time of the funeral. For that reason. Yeah. Okay, let's see the Chosel Lotus.